In this video, we will discuss static routes. Routers use routing tables to maintain lists of routes to particular network destinations, and their distance and metrics associated with those routes and information about the topology of the network around each router. Routers use three main methods to add routes to their routing table: connected routes, static routes, and dynamic routing protocols. To build these routes, routers must discover routing information from various sources, including connected routes, static routes, and dynamically learned routes. This video explains connected, static, and default routes using RIP, EIGRP, OSPF, or IS-IS. Routers will use connected routes when interfaces have IP addresses configured and when the interfaces are in an up and working state. Engineers often prefer to use dynamically learned routes over static routes as they are easier to manage in larger or frequently changing networks. However, static routing is still used in many networks, either alone or in combination with dynamic routing. Static routing provides ease of routing table maintenance in smaller networks that are not expected to change very much. Static routing is often considered more secure than dynamic routing because it only allows routing to certain networks. It can be easily applied to STUB networks, which are networks with only one default route out. Static routes typically stay consistent, making them fairly easy to troubleshoot. Static routes do not send update messages and require less overhead. However, static routes do not implement very well in large networks, and managing them can be time-consuming. If a static link fails, a static route cannot reroute traffic. Here's an example with three separate networks. Two of the networks, R1 and R3, are STUB networks with only one way to send non-local traffic. Looking at R1's routing table, we see the directly connected routes. It includes references to the subnet number and mask, along with instructions where to forward packets destined to that subnet. This will allow us to ping the directly connected routes. Each of